anyway, so like I was saying, when you guys just saw me, like just saying it, moving my lips but not hearing anything, I was saying that this is some of you guys that have been fans for a long time. Remember how we used to do this all the time? We used to have like the Dan Sperry weekly live show chats and stuff, and then just got kind of too busy and stuff, and on the road and everything. It was really hard to keep up with it. So what better time than now to keep this up and to bring it back, because since everybody is kind of stuck in their situation, everybody's kind of hunkering down right now. What better reason or way to bring this back and give it a try? So that's what we're doing. We're bringing it back. For now, we'll probably I think we'll keep it on. That's right, Hunter. The WTF days. And don't worry, Lizzie. You said, I can see Lizzie in the chat. You're saying you missed talking about aliens and stuff. We're definitely going to be talking about that. Aliens and all sorts of other good stuff. I got my list. See, I'm actually like trying. So anybody who says I don't, usually not right, but they're not wrong either. I'm usually a disheveled mess when I used to do these, but now I'm really trying to be responsible and hunker down and do this. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'll be honest, I haven't showered in like 3 days. I smell terrible. So there's that. Just to be like completely honest with everybody. Just been working on stuff, new magic, which is what I'm sure a lot of you guys have been doing. If not new magic, this has obviously been a time where people are digging through their garages and doing some spring cleaning or whatever. Watching a lot of Tiger King and stuff, which I know that guy, by the way, Crazy Joe Exotic. Like I know that guy. I've met him several times in various situations. Like a lot of people in entertainment, actually a lot of magicians I know as well, have known or have met Joe Exotic through the years, and I definitely have met him several times and knew him, and he is exactly like what is in everything I've seen of the Tiger King stuff. Carol, sad that I couldn't get to your show. Figured it got canceled. Yeah. It did get canceled. And much like a lot of stuff. Yeah, Hunter, update on the warehouse. The last time I did one of these, I did an update on the warehouse. And you can see that in if you go to facebook.com, Dan Sperry Official, where I'm sure many of you are watching this right now, that there's a video. If you click on the videos, there is a live video that I did where I talked about an update on the break-in. I could share that link actually with you right now. Where is it? Here. I'm going to drop this in the chat, a little chat, so you guys have the link to the video page itself. That's in the chat right there. You guys can check that out if you want to. Someone told you that I talk really fast. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I do talk kind of fast. So yeah, but like I was saying, probably like you guys, there's really like not a lot of traffic. Everybody is staying inside and hunkering down, and that's sort of the best we can do right now. So that's why we're doing this, bringing this back. Maybe you guys got some Uber Eats, maybe Uber Eats or Postmates, and so you can help support some local businesses and people trying to do what they can by delivering Uber Eats and all that. I actually saw a thing where like it's a post of like buying gift cards. That's a good idea. All the stuff that I'm sure we've all seen before. Alex Marie, so did Carol Baskin kill her husband? As far as I know, yeah, I assume. I need to like look into more of that. I honestly haven't looked into any of like the Carol Baskin Tiger King stuff. But the little bit that I have looked into it, I think she definitely killed her husband. I think that there's how could we not think that with everything that's out there on the internet about it, and just even like the sort of we call it conspiracy theories. I don't know, like the conspiracy theory of Carol Baskin's killing her husband. But I think she did. I could see like she's got like some weird stuff going on behind her eyes. Like her eyes, she's got crazy eyes. Carol Baskin has crazy eyes. Chicks have them, dudes can have them too. If you guys watch 90 Day Fiancé, there's a dude on it right now named Ash. He's from Australia. He's got crazy eyes. You can't trust people with crazy eyes. So just so it doesn't sound like I'm being like a weirdo and saying only chicks have crazy eyes. Dudes can have crazy eyes too. And this dude, Ash, definitely has crazy eyes. Everything I've seen of Carol Baskin definitely has crazy eyes. So I totally think that she definitely did kill her husband for sure. And just because too, like, I saw a thing on YouTube where she was like talking about things, and like I can't remember what she was talking about, but then she kind of like just randomly kind of brought it up. It's like she can't help herself but to talk about this this whole oh, I didn't kill my husband, you know, thing, and just because she's bringing it up so much, and let's do this. Boom! Look what I made. There we go. I just made that. So yeah. So I think she like brings it up. Like she has to bring it up, and she can't help but talk about it, and then over-explain it. You know, like the thing I saw on YouTube, the clip. I should have had it ready to go. Right, Carol, sardine oil. Like what? I've had sardines before. They're not bad actually. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you like sardines or not, but I don't mind them. Actually, they're not great. They're not great. I prefer anchovies actually, but sardines are pretty terrible. But you know, that's a lot of sardine oil, or maybe it doesn't take a lot. I'm imagining like you gotta get like a Cisco Foods 10-gallon bucket of sardine oil and like, you know, douse the body with it like you're putting out a campfire or something, right? And so where do you get that? And how what or maybe it takes just a little bit. Maybe it just takes a little sprinkle because maybe the cats have such strong scents, you know, they have such a good sense of smell and things like that they then turn around and go for you know, the throat or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I think she definitely did kill her husband. And Glenn Brown, aliens killed him. No, I don't think so. Maybe Carol Baskin is an alien. If anything, I could see Carol Baskin being a like a Draco reptilian. Hang on, I'm gonna make an update. Yeah, okay. New updated lower third. So I think Carol Baskin could definitely be like a Draco reptilian, and so maybe she's involved in something like that, and who knows? Maybe, you know, Carol Baskin is probably, like, if we want to get really weird, Carol Baskin probably is into adrenochromes, and if you guys haven't looked up adrenochrome stuff, definitely look it up. There's some crazy stuff going on out there right now, obviously with this coronavirus and whatnot, but there's some other stuff that's a very interesting and makes a lot of sense if you look up adrenochrome and the coronavirus and celebrities, you know, like Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, the royal family, stuff like that. Like look it up. It's crazy. It's crazy. Maybe too much to get into right now because it seems like the type of thing that Facebook would then take down and not allow me to talk about. But getting back to small business and stuff, I'm drinking my coffee as we're doing this. I'm sure some of you guys have coffee, or maybe other things. You know, who knows? Maybe you guys, maybe you got a nice Johnny Walker Black sitting next to you. I do not. Not yet. It's not Scotch o'clock yet, but maybe by the end of this, who knows? But I got this mug is from the Twineball Inn in Darwin, Minnesota, a lovely little town village right outside of where I grew up in Minnesota. They have the largest ball of twine. That's why it's called the Twineball Inn, Twineball Country. Lovely, great local business. If you're in the rural, north central Minnesota area or a part of that country, or are into like those kind of old, funky, hole in the wall places. Yeah, see, Suja. Hi, Mom. Yeah, I see you. Hi, Ron. Actually, I think my mom got me this for my birthday, and a couple years ago. So, Darwin, Minnesota Twineball. Look it up. Put it new lower third coming up right now. New lower third. Bingo. New lower third. Darwin, Minnesota, Twineball Inn. Look it up and buy a nice mug from some nice Minnesota people from a town, the population, I think, Mom or Dana, maybe you guys remember. David, you're in there. You guys might remember, you know, some family and friends are jumping in the chat. I think they have a population of about 50 people. I don't know. I could be wrong. Population of about 50 people in my estimation. And April Rose Morgan, have I ever drank Death Wish brand coffee? Yeah, I have. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not really my favorite. But I have drank it. This is just actually some basic black coffee I don't have. This is nothing fancy, not even a real fancy brand. I bought like a big tub of cheap off-the-shelf coffee. What? Andrew Sickla, the Twineball Cafe is closed? Oh, man. Never mind. It was probably that bitch Carol Baskin that killed the Twineball Inn. Well, son of a gun. Anyways, never mind. But maybe you could find these on eBay or something. Nice collector piece, the Twineball Cafe. It was great. But no, this is just some. I think this is just basic Folger stuff right now. Speaking of coffee, I've had people. I saw it in the chat as well. Some people were asking about Zombie Java. Zombie Java's on hiatus right now just because of everything that's going on and whatnot. But and after the break-in, I talk about it on the break-in video that Zombie Java is kind of paused right now because they broke a lot of things and it's just the overhead to reinvest in that and everything. And then on top of it now, right after that, I went on the road. And then I got back from the road because it got canceled early because of the coronavirus stuff, and now trying to keep up with and ship orders and stuff like that. It's really hard to keep up with the everything, you know, coffee, you know, the coffee and anything else. But the official store, that's the wrong one. Dang it, that's Black Magic Wednesday. I'm still trying to get used to this kooky. Little editing thing that I got going on here. That was supposed to be the Dan Sperry store, but I guess that's not a thing. Hang on, I can do it. Watch this. No, check this out. I can totally do it. I know how to do this. I'm learning. Hang on. I used to have a different program that I would edit this stuff with. There it is, dansperrystore.com, flying around your screen right there. That's where you can get your pop sockets and everything. That is still running. That's also not my chest, by the way. Yeah. But the Zombie Java is going to be coming back. It's just on like a pause right now because it's also a food item, you know, or technically kind of like a food item. And Rob Copeland, OBS. I used to use OBS. I got to re-download that. But yeah, I haven't gotten that back up and running yet. It's just on pause. The regular Dan Sperry store, where you can get stuff like your razor blade lollipops, right? Handmade, custom made in America. They taste like sour apple. You can also get T-shirts, like the Magic Show T-shirt over there, DVDs, and stuff like that. Or also, if you guys had a chance to see what I was doing earlier with when this all came down, like this was about like a week or so ago, I actually did put up my Germany show. Where you can go on to Vimeo and watch the Strange Magic Tour live. I'm not sure if any of you guys did that. I'm going to drop the link to that in the chat right now. Where is it? Of course, I had this all saved and ready to go, but I have too many tabs open. So it's vimeo.com/DanSperryOfficial/Strange Magic. I know that's a lot. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. That's where you can go right now to watch for free instead of having to buy the DVD or the download. This is where you can go to watch my full touring Strange Magic Tour show that is on DVD and download, but you can watch it for free. I don't really have a Yes, Ronson, the DVDs are region free, and that's where you can go right here and watch it for free for the time being. I don't really have any time where I plan on taking it down anytime soon. So the link's in the chat. It's also down there. Save it, watch it later. Makes for good family time viewing, honestly. But yeah, getting back to Black Magic Wednesday. The Black Magic Wednesday, you can still buy tickets. You can still buy tickets at blackmagicwednesday.com to my weekly Vegas show that I do here in Las Vegas, downtown at the Griffin. We're going to be, right now, we're planning to start the show back up as per the quarantine rules, where after the end of the month here, we're hoping to be able to get it back up and running to where if you guys are coming to Vegas in any time in the future, you'll be able to see that. Some shows, just like a lot of people, I've had a lot of shows get canceled. Some are being rescheduled. There's some, actually, the rest of the tour I can't talk about yet. But everything else is still on par, or on par. I don't know what that word is. But what I would suggest is you can actually follow me on Bands in Town. This is a website where, if you guys don't know what it is, it's actually a really great website where you can go and follow bands or comedians and other artists. I'm on here, so all you have to do is search Dan Sperry, Anti-Conjuror, as you can see right there. And it'll bring you to this page. Then you click tracks, and that, or track, sorry, not tracks, track. And that's how you can follow any shows that go up on sale. Right now, I only have a few up on sale for what has not yet been canceled or postponed. Yes, Michael Vile, we'll be getting tickets up for May and June going. I think they are on some of the platforms, but I don't think I've listed them on Bands in Town here yet. But they're definitely up on the ticketing site that I use through the blackmagicwednesday.com page. So if anybody is coming to Vegas within the next couple months after this is all done, which should, because I'm sure it's going to be a big party. Once we get out of here, I'm sure it's going to be a huge party. That's where I would recommend going, is check that out. I'm also going to be performing in La Quinta, California, with a buddy of mine. Back when I used to tour with the Illusionists, maybe some of you guys remember that. There was a co-worker, I guess, or another guy in the show, comedy guy. His name's Jeff Hobson. When he quit the company as well, he went and started his own theater in La Quinta, California. It's called MARVYN'S Theater. This is it. I'm actually going to be there with my buddy Rudy Kobe, right over there. Me and Rudy are doing a week at the end, or I think it's it's the middle of May. You guys can go check that out and see me and Rudy doing our thing. We're both doing our shows there at Marvin's Magic Theater. It's named after actually a really well-respected guy that was, well, I shouldn't say was, but is a legend in the industry. His name's Mr. Electric, Marvin Roy. That's what this theater's named after. That's the guy in the picture doing this sort of thing, because he did this whole act around light bulbs. He produced light bulbs, and they'd glow and they'd multiply and they do all this stuff. So that's what the name of that theater is, and that's who that guy is. Wait, that guy is in the picture. So and the other dude, my buddy Rudy Kobe, coolest magician in the world. If you guys have seen or have followed me for a number of years, you've seen me and Rudy go back, and we've toured together. We've done shows together in the past, and caused all kinds of mischief and chaos and wreaked havoc. So yeah, and just also a lot of other magicians and just people in general. I know not just magicians, but people that have that do voice lessons or piano lessons or whatever. Things like that. They're doing virtual shows. This is becoming a new thing. I'm doing virtual shows now too. So there. Right. So I have been in discussion with several sources to do virtual shows as well, which is really interesting. We're getting it all set up at the warehouse and one-on-one virtual shows, but this also might become a thing where we're going to be doing even a virtual Black Magic Wednesday. This is something we've talked about doing, and we just might make it happen. We haven't like fully put it all together yet, but that's something that we have been talking about. I'm still going to the Poconos. You guys can see that on Bands in Town. I'll be in the Poconos, 2 different resorts. One's called Cove Haven, and the other one's called Paradise Stream. That's May 22nd, May 23rd. Although they're close together, they're actually going to be 2 different shows. The one show is the full, like, big illusion show. The other one is my small sort of one-man type show. They're about 75% different between each one. So if you're in the area, you want to come to both shows, because it's going to be 2 different shows, 2 different experiences, and yeah, I think you guys should definitely check that out, and feel free again to watch the Circus Crone show and all that. So hopefully you guys will get a chance to see that. Right now, though, there's a part that we're going to do here that is where I do like a teach a trick, which is something I used to do as well. If you guys even remember way back in the day, I used to do these videos that I would upload. This is before YouTube and stuff. I used to, on my website, upload these teach a trick videos, and I'd film them in different areas of my, at the time, apartment when I lived in Chicago. And so, yeah, they were interesting. I don't think I have them up anywhere. There might be some on, like, you know, Mega Video Upload or some weird website like that, but I haven't put them on YouTube yet. But I still have them on, like, old what are they called? External hard drives. Oh my god, still have them on external hard drive. So I'll have to look that up. But this is where we're gonna add this as part of the show, to where you guys can learn how to do a trick, the teach a trick. So that's what we're gonna go into right now, is the teach a trick session, to where you guys get to learn how to do a trick, where I show you guys an easy trick that you can do. Right, so that's that. I made that. Isn't that cute? I made that. See, told you. I took time. All right, so here's the trick, right? So I'm gonna show you guys the trick, then I'll show you how to do it. Okay, really easy. So first, this teach a trick actually involves a deck of cards. So you got to go and you got to get a deck of cards, and you need to take out the 4 jacks. This uses the 4 jacks in the deck of cards. Where's my deck of cards? Here. So you get a deck of cards, right? Now, this isn't necessarily always going to be like some big crazy mind blower, right? But this is something that you can do to share with your kids, your niece and nephew, your grandkids, your parents, your friends, whatever. So you get a deck of cards, right? You got to get out the 4 jokers, and it's actually a story about the jokers. 4 jokers. Sorry, the 4 jacks. The 4 jacks. The jacks are actually going to represent bank robbers. That's it. I had to look this one up. I hadn't done this one in a while. But these bank robbers are going to rob a bank. The deck of cards is going to represent the bank. And so you got to take out the 4 jacks. The deck of cards represents the bank, right? Deck of cards represents the bank. And then the jacks represent the bank robbers. The jacks fly in on their helicopter to the bank. They get on they land on the roof of the bank. First Jack of Hearts, he's gonna go down in the basement, right? So he goes inside. Jack of Spades, he's gonna go in the first floor. Jack of Diamonds goes on the 3rd floor, whatever, right? So he goes in there, boop, and then the Jack of whatever, he stays on the top. So they're robbing the bank. He stays on the roof as the lookout. That's it. I totally just had to remind myself this like right before we went on, and so I think I did that right. And so the last Jack, he stays on the roof to be the lookout. Then all of a sudden, woo, 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 the police are showing up. Oh my God, we got to get out of here. So with a snap of the fingers, all of the Jacks rejoin back on the roof to escape the police. So they all jump to the top of the deck and stay together to escape from the police, and they get away with robbing the bank. This is a really bad trick to actually try and teach someone like a kid. This doesn't really explain morals very well, I think. Maybe this isn't a good trick to, well, who cares? I learned it when I was a kid. This is like one of the first tricks I learned, like one of the first handful of tricks I learned. I think I learned it from like a Mickey magic book or something. I don't know. But so all you need to do this is you don't need 2 full decks of cards, but you need duplicates of these, and it helps that they're the same deck as well. So you get the 4 jokers, right? Why do I keep calling them that? The 4 jacks. You get the 4 jacks out, right? And then you have to get 3 jacks from a different deck of cards, and you stack them on top of the jack that's in the back. I really didn't want to say that because I didn't want it to rhyme. I have this weird thing where I don't like saying stuff like that and making it rhyme because it sounds like I intentionally did it, but I didn't. It's just okay. So you get the other 3 jacks, right? They go on the back. Obviously, I whipped this together and I grabbed one from an extra deck, which is a red back. I did this to help illustrate, right? So these should all be the same though. You want 4 jacks from the deck, right? Then you go get 3 jacks from a different deck. But with the same back. More coffee. Let's try this again. Because now I'm starting to confuse myself. So you get the 4 jacks from the deck, then you get 3 jacks from another deck, but the backs are the same. You want this just in case they accidentally see the back. So what you do is you got the 3 jacks, you put them together as one, and that goes behind the last jack on the back, right? And then you can show like this, but you don't want to show that you have these extra 3 back here, okay? So with it on the top, you spread it like this, and you can say, look, I got the 4 jacks from the deck. They're gonna go on the roof of the bank, right? And so then what you do is so then you're just taking the 3 jacks off the back, you put them anywhere in the deck that you want, and then when you snap your fingers or you say the police are coming or something, they all have to meet back up on the roof, and there you go. And they've escaped and they run away, and that's like a really bad beginner ambitious card. Pretty terrible. So there you go. You learned how to do right. Just thank you, Maureen. Yeah, this isn't. So there's 2 ways to do it. You can have 4 different ones from a different. 4 the same from another deck. I don't want to say different deck. I use 3 because one stays on the top as the lookout. You can have 4 stacked behind the back jack, and then you put all 4 in the deck and have all 4 come to the top. But I always kind of learned it as the one stays behind as the lookout and then gets joined by the others. That's the way I learned it. But however you want to try it, it's up to you. Right. So yeah. So that's the teach it trick for today's lesson, for this week's lesson. There's that. So magic show. And it can be done with any deck. However, I highly recommend the Dan Sperry In Matorum deck that can be purchased at dansperrystore.com. Just a quick little plug and shout out. There you go. If you don't have one of these decks of cards, you're really missing out on a lot of life, in my opinion. But that's just me. So what do I know? But there's that. Yeah. So with all this time down, too, I'm sure like you guys, you find yourself like everybody's talking about Tiger King. Everybody's looking at all these other different things. There's another really great documentary though that I watched. I got it off Amazon and streaming it, right? And it's called Shut Up Little Man. It's really great. It's a great documentary called Shut Up Little Man. If you guys are looking for new stuff to watch, Shut Up Little Man is a great binge sort of thing. It's not. It's only one thing. It's not like episodes. It's not a series. But it's a really cool sort of pre-digital viral story, I guess you could say, of something that went viral via cassette tape back in the day. And maybe you guys, I don't know if anybody in the chat ever saw Shut Up Little Man. Okay, Kyle, you've seen Shut Up Little Man. Kyle Fryman in the chat says he's seen it. Shut Up Little Man's great. There's another one called Wrinkles the Clown. If you haven't seen Wrinkles the Clown, check out Wrinkles the Clown. It's great. Another great sort of documentary example in people things. I don't even know. Like social experiment is what I would consider Wrinkles the Clown. So I'm gonna put that in the chat here. And Wrinkles the Clown. Oh shoot, I can't type that enough. I don't have enough space in the box. Hang on. Hang on. I need to hire like a co-producer, someone who can do this typey stuff for me, so I don't have to stop talking because I can't do two things at once. You know, I can't talk and type because that's all right. So these are the videos: Shut Up Little Man and Wrinkles the Clown. So Shut Up Little Man is about like for those of you that haven't seen it, it's about like these viral type cassette tapes that went viral, and I don't want to give too much away about it. Same thing with Wrinkles the Clown. Wrinkles the Clown is more about a social experiment, basically about a guy who dresses up like a clown and terrifies little kids for when they're being bad. So like if a parent has a kid that's out of control and they're like, listen, little Jimmy, you need to eat your vegetables and make your bed, and the kid's throwing a temper tantrum, no, I don't want to, the parent can say, look, you better do that or I'm going to call Wrinkles the Clown. And then, oh my God, don't call Wrinkles. Oh, no. And these kids like freak out and cry and all that. Casey Sexton, ever watch Don't F with Cats on Netflix? No. But I know the story. I know what that is. I don't even want to say the guy's name, but I don't like that. I don't like that guy. I don't like that idea. I don't like that idea of even that because I feel like they gave him what he wanted. I don't even want to say the guy's name, but that movie, that documentary about cats, that gave him what he wanted. They made him a celebrity, and Netflix gave him that platform. You know, I'd rather have Netflix keep putting out, you know, stuff like whatever. I don't know. Just stick to Stranger Things. Don't be getting crazy and weird about all this other stuff and giving glorification to these weirdos. Kyle Fryman, have you seen Resurrect Dead? No, I haven't. I'll have to look that up. Let me write that down. I'm going to write that down. Make a note of that. Resurrect Dead. All right. So what I used to do in the live chats too, those of you guys that remember back in the day when I used to do these a lot, was I would give homework assignments where at the end of each week, you guys got to watch. Well, you don't have to. I mean, I'm not like twisting your arm, but something so that we can all discuss for the following week. And so I'd recommend either like an album to listen to or a band to check out or a movie to watch. And so I want to start doing that again. So I think everybody should watch Wrinkles the Clown. That's going to be the homework because I think Shut Up Little Man might be a little too artsy and weird. Hang on. So that's gonna be the homework for next week. Watch Wrinkles the Clown, and then next week that gives us something that we can talk about and share and discuss as something so we can even further come together and all that. So that's something that I've always liked. I've always liked that stuff. You know, all the weird. Strange type documentaries that are out there, and Wrinkles is one of my favorites actually. So another thing though that I'm definitely into is I'm sure you guys know as well, and probably remember that if you've been following me for a while, is that I am very interested in like UFOs and conspiracies and stuff like that. So I follow a lot of that stuff. So it's something else that I wanted to do was to have a weekly thing where I kind of want to go over or talk about some interesting UFO or extraterrestrial or strange phenomenon type things that have come out and all that. So that's what we're gonna do right now, is check out some of that. So, UFO stuff, right? Aliens, extraterrestrials, whatever you want to call it. That can become a giant wormhole or rabbit hole to go down. And so that's what kind of came up this week as something. There's a guy. There's a guy that has he's like a researcher, amateur researcher kind of guy, who has been looking at these pyramids on Mars lately. Because obviously everybody has a lot of free time right now, and they're getting time to even go into their, I guess, hobbies, or something, spend more time on stuff like that. And this one guy has been posting and talking about stuff on the planet Mars and things that look, if not man-made, they look like artificial structures. Is what has been kind of looked at on Mars for a long time. From the face on Mars, which I think is completely real. I don't know about you guys. I mean, chime in the chat, but I think that face on Mars is not a thing where it's a light shadow playing a trick on us on a what is it called, on a plateau or something like that. And I think it's totally real, and I think that is definitely something, because we have all of that here. We have so many pyramids all over our planet that are linked and connected, and we have so many even just like artificial structures, things like the I'm blanking on it, the one in Ohio. That's the Snake Mound, the Serpent Mound. That's it, Serpent Mound in Ohio. That can be seen from the sky, from outer space. There's the Nazca lines, so why wouldn't that be something on like Mars? Why wouldn't they make a face? If we were been doing it, whoever they are, would have been doing it too, in my opinion. That's just me. Jennifer Goosey, do you listen to Coast to Coast with George Norrie? Yeah, I do. I listened to Coast since I was a kid. So Alex Murray, what about the purpose behind the pyramids? Well, that could be a lot of different things. That could be something for communication. That could be other sort of electronic things. I think it could be really. I think it could be anything. There's any different any number of different things. So this is one of the sites that I watch, UFO Sightings Daily. These are not the only pyramids. So you can see he highlighted them in yellow, by the way, when he posted this guy. And this isn't the first time pyramids have supposedly been discovered, right? And it's I think they're Carol Schmoll. I think they are built in teleportation. Yeah, that could be a thing, because there's so many different theories too as to even what are pyramids here on Earth did. Or whatever, or what were they for? What was the real purpose? And there's theories that it was actually not just built with those big bricks, but it was also put together with what was it, granite? I think it was granite that was almost coated with granite, right? And so also on Phobos, which is the moon of Mars, there is even a monolith. Now, I know it's kind of hard to see, but that's what that big bright thing is right there. And even Buzz Aldrin talked about this. Like, Buzz Aldrin discussed this, this sort of, what would you call it? Monolith, this structure. That's the word, this structure. And I know it's hard to see. It's this bright structure here. That's, you probably can't even see my cursor. But it's there. And then they did like a sort of a computer generated thing that you can see here. Why is Rudy there? Rudy, you're not supposed to be there. So you can see the sort of zoomed in computer generated, the little speck grew a little bit bigger. So this was actually on Phobos. So there's a lot of weird stuff going around with Mars, just like with us too. With our moon, Phobos is one of Mars's moons. Even our moon, it's bigger than it should be, It's completely perfectly round, which is, you know, well, not perfectly round, but you know what I mean. It's bigger than it should be for us to have a satellite, and technically, as some theorists say, we should actually, given what our planet is like, and in the situation is, one theory too is that we should actually have two moons. There's also stories of a time before our moon was here, the moon that we know it as now. Very interesting and very weird. So, and this is the thing that Buzz Aldrin was talking about, and still does, but not as deeply as he did before. Is this monolith on Mars that they're saying they should talk about, to research it some more, see what is the story here with this monolith on Phobos, these pyramids on Mars, and we're even seeing that happen right now in what's Antarctica. That's it. In Antarctica, we're having with the snow and ice melting, it's revealing stuff that is very highly suspect, I guess is the word. Highly suspect. You know, even pyramids supposedly underneath Antarctica are starting to supposedly reveal themselves. There's lots of different pictures where these are unnatural angles and stuff like that makes what appears to be the top of a pyramid, something similar to like our Great Pyramids, stuff like that. So I know maybe not everybody's into that. I can see we definitely lost some viewers, you know, talking weird alien stuff, but I believe it. I think it's true, and there's been some weirdness going on for sure, all revolving around Mars and even Venus to a degree. Venus has some very strange history if you look into it, right? So going on with these live streams, these live chats, things like that, I wanted to also talk about, there's one in particular that I'm preparing to do, not just this one, bringing back my live chat shows, but this one is actually for a really good cause. It's happening in just under a week, April 15th, okay, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, you look up, or mark your calendar, don't look up. Mark your calendar, April 15th at 7 p.m. I'm going to be doing an actual live show, a streaming show, sort of like this, but a little bit different. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. It's a YouTube link. It has not gone live yet, but bookmark that page or save it. I'm doing a show with some other magicians, along with my good friend Greg Fruin. Greg has, Greg has his own, show in Niagara Falls, and if you guys ever have a chance to get to Niagara Falls on vacation or something like that, I highly recommend checking out Greg's show, his theater. It's on the Canadian side of Niagara Falls, but it's definitely worth checking out a show. This was the first one he did. He did one of these live shows already. He did it April 1st. He did it last week at 7 p.m. And as you can see, tons of different magicians from all over the world. This one, I'm going to be doing this one, and as you can see, you'll be able to like donate and help support the SPCA, the Niagara SPCA Humane Society, and that's an organization that I really have spent time as well. The one here in Vegas, the NSPCA, the Las Vegas one, is one that I've worked with a lot. I've helped them do fundraisers and auction type stuff with souvenirs and donating different things, because it's a no-kill shelter. You know, unfortunately, so many shelters they get overcrowded, and they have all these unfortunately they have all these sort of backed up kennels and things like that, and sadly sometimes things have to happen, and much of this yes, Camille, he was on with Franz Harare the other day, but definitely save that. I'm going to be doing some new magic that I've never done before, live or on any video for that show, so you don't want to miss that. And I can't really talk about anybody else that's doing it, but because it hasn't really been officially launched yet. But Greg is going to do the official announcement later tonight with the new poster and everything. This is just the old poster from the first one, so it's not gonna be the same guys. Greg will be there as the host and everything, but I'm gonna be there along with other folks. But I can't say who else is there yet, but it's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited because I've seen who else is going to be on there, and some of them are actually my heroes that I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing, because they're really great, really talented kind of guys. So be sure to follow that, like that, subscribe to him on YouTube, subscribe to his account, subscribe to his page, and I think you'll be happy to see what we have in store. I guess that's the word, to see what we have in store. But now, speaking of magic stuff, this is where it's gonna be. This is gonna be a little hard. It's gonna be hard to do, but I've been able to do it before. We're gonna try something interactive through the screen. Okay, so that means it's. So that means it's time for New Magic Premiere, where we're going to try this going through the screen. We'll see. We'll see if this works. We're going to try it through the screen and see if we can hopefully get this to work. So, hang on. We're going to get a new lower third going. Look at that. Interactive magic trick time. Whoopie-doo. Okay, so... thank you, Robert. I appreciate that you like the shirt. Okay, so this is gonna be something through the screen. So I'm gonna need you guys to get close. We're gonna try something with a card through the screen. I'm not gonna have just one person select a card. All of you guys are gonna look at a card and have to try and memorize it. So I'm gonna try and get up to the screen in a minute. I'm just gonna riffle through like that. You guys are gonna peek at a card as they flip past you. I want you to see one. And I know you're not here, but I'm gonna try to show you. This is just an empty bottle that I drank my Mountain Dew out of. It's empty. You can see it is a real, legit bottle. You can see in there, there's nothing. It's just a bottle, right? Just a cap, just a bottle cap, and just the solid plastic bottle, right? Solid bottle, nothing. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go through the deck. And have you guys peek at one of these cards as I flip, okay? I'm going to flip like this. You're going to look at one that stands out to you. Just don't pick the Queen of Diamonds because it's a little obvious. I don't want to make it obvious, all right? So don't think of the Queen of Diamonds. Instead, think of a different one. Think of a different one as they go through on the screen. So here we go. Again, don't think of the Queen of Diamonds. I'm going to get rid of the lower third. Don't think of the Queen of Diamonds. Just look at a card that sticks out to you. Ready? Here we go. Hopefully this is not too choppy. Not too choppy, right? But you'll get the idea. All right. If you missed it, I'll do it again. Oh, hang on. Let me get it in front of the camera. I think I saw... All right, don't look at the Joker because there's more than one Joker. I saw that pop out. That was the last card. That's not supposed to happen like that. That one doesn't count because there's more than one Joker. All right, one last time. Try and look at a card as I go through, but not the Queen of Diamonds. Okay, hopefully this works. So you got one in your mind. Hopefully it's a pretty obvious one, because sometimes people get confused. I mean, diamonds, everybody knows what a diamond is, but some people might not know what, like, a club. That's a club. By the way, you'd be surprised. Sometimes people don't know what those cards mean. But here's the thing. Still, plastic bottle, right? Still got the plastic bottle. What I'm going to try to do is try and get your card to appear inside the bottle, right? So still empty bottle. You can see, ooh, empty, 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 solid bottle. Okay, so got the bottle of Mountain Dew. Got cards. I'm gonna spring these cards at the bottle and cause the card to appear in the bottle. Ready? Here we go. And shit. Okay. Bottle is still empty. Didn't work. Didn't work. Sometimes that happens. But it might have gotten close to the bottle, close enough to where if you look, it doesn't say Mountain Dew. It actually says Ace and Spade. So hopefully what you guys saw was the Ace of Spades from the deck, and that's what's now on the bottle. Didn't go in the bottle, but it's on the bottle. Magic show. Right. Shout out from the Swanky House of Doom. Okay, yeah, Sean, you can have a shout out there. Swanky House of Doom. There's your shout out to the Swanky House of Doom. I don't know what that is. Is that like if that's like if that's just your house, I guess that's cool too. But if that's an actual place that people can visit, which I guess could still be your house technically, let me know. Let me know if that's a business or whatever to give a shout out to. Also, I forgot to mention as well earlier when we were talking about the alien stuff. If you guys actually have any suggestions of alien and UFO stuff to cover, of any sort of supernatural, super unnatural type stuff to cover, let me know. Like, send it to me, info@dansperry.com, and I'll be sure to look it up, excuse me, and try to include it in next week's interactive live chat thing. So right now I'm just going to take a couple minutes because we're just about at an hour and I don't want these to go over an hour. So I'm going to do a couple bit of some Q&A stuff, and then I'll talk about what we're going to do next week, and we'll go from there. So Kyle Fryman, do I watch BuzzFeed Unsolved? Actually, yeah, I do. I love to watch BuzzFeed and Unsolved. And so I've subscribed to, thank God they're back too, because I've subscribed to those guys. And I love watching what they cover. Hold on, I'm reading this Robbie William Ford. I'm reading what you posted. Hang on. July 2013. You saw the what? Do you, okay, Robbie? You saw the TR3B. You have Black Stealth Triangle. Did you see that during the day, or did you see that at nighttime? What time of day was it when you saw that, Robbie? Very interesting. Very interesting that you can actually say you saw it. And also, do you have any pictures of it? I know in 2013, so that's like, at least we had iPhones kind of then. So were you able to get any pictures on your phone, or did you have a camera with any decency? Let me know. And send it to info@dansperry.com. Send me anything that you got on that. That's very interesting to read that you saw that. And I'm very curious now. And if any of you guys don't know what the TR3B is, throw that onto the homework assignment for next week. Also, look up the Bob Lazar documentary, and really anything on Bob Lazar. Look it up. It's all over YouTube. You can see stuff on Bob Lazar. Okay, Carol Schmold. How does one get actual signed merch from you? So I say this to everybody. If you go to dansperrystore.com, I'll put it in the chat. When you're checking out through the Shopify thing, you can add like a message or a note, right? And in that, I always tell people, make sure to put in all caps so that it'll be able to be seen, to have the item autographed. And if it's supposed to be personalized, make sure you put the name of the person to have a personalized autograph to in that note as well, because that also helps me make sure I spell it right, because I'm a really bad speller. I'm actually terrible at spelling. So that's the best way to do that. Oh, awesome! You're rocking the creepers I sold you years and years ago. That's funny. But yeah, if you guys don't watch BuzzFeed Unsolved, that's a great I guess what would you call it? Channel, great YouTube channel to see and check out and subscribe to. Another good thing to watch too, and this is where it's gonna start to get maybe a little weird, maybe a little kooky for some people, but a documentary also came out, the Corey Feldman documentary. I know that might be a lot for some people to want to talk about or to go into, but the latest Corey Feldman documentary that he put out, basically it's called My Story. I think it's called My Story: The Rape of Two Coreys. It's really sad, but it's actually there's a lot to it. I know you can watch it for free on YouTube. and 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 it's worth looking into. It's really no different than like well, I shouldn't say it's no different. It's very similar to the documentary An Open Secret, which you can watch on Vimeo for free. And I don't know about you guys, but I completely believe everything in this that Corey Feldman says. I completely believe everything in An Inconvenient Truth. I mean, if you're watching that weird cat dude documentary that Netflix put out, I think it's worth taking time and looking into and spreading awareness about this sort of thing that happens not just in acting forms of entertainment or singing forms of entertainment. This actually happens in magic as well, and it's really messed up, and I'm sure it's only a matter of time before some documentarian gets his claws into the magic world and also exposes how this sort of thing unfortunately happens. I know people it has happened to. I can say it never happened to me, but I know people it has happened to, and it's really icky. But more so, I think too, with this stuff, like the Corey Feldman documentary and the Inconvenient Truth documentary, are worth looking into to spread awareness and sort of shedding light on this sort of really icky, elite, big desk, entertainment, Hollywood, big shots that are definitely up to some really bad stuff. And if you dig even deeper into it, well, then you'll find some other stuff like Bohemian Grove and then back to like the adrenochrome stuff as well. I don't want to get too weird and start saying words, because I'm sure me even just saying adrenochrome on Facebook is going to get this thing shut down for sure. Carol Hendricks, why do I think no one will stand up for these people? Because I actually think there's more going on behind the scenes than just them trying to get off and people wanting to become famous. And I believe there's a Luciferian, based type cabal behind not just entertainment, but government and people of prominence in the media and stuff like that. Like without going too far into it, but sure, it's not that hard. You say that, Carol. You say it's not that hard, but when there's more going on behind the scenes, I know a guy. I'll say this: I know a guy that stood up to Bryan Singer, who's a total pedophile. Like, he's definitely a pedophile. I know a guy that stood up to Bryan Singer, and it's amazing how strong and powerful these people are to shut that down. Oh, you're talking specifically magic. I'm sorry. Talking specifically magic. I think specifically magic, in some cases, I think it's because people don't want to ruffle feathers. I know in some cases in magic, it's difficult because it's hard to prove. Maybe it's just talk. It's just allegations or whatever. It's difficult to maybe prove that sometimes. And I think, and I hate to say this though, because I don't want to sound mean, but I think like even in magic, it's a very insecure driven type business. People already are insecure in some ways being involved with magic, and so that insecurity and that fear, I think is something that that controls why they maybe don't say anything. I mean, I also know some of the guys that I know that have had this really sad, unfortunate experience that are still in magic, have said things. There have been guys that have gone to jail, but they get out, and it's crazy. You can't even. It's really hard to control. One guy, I'll say his name. One guy was named Bob Markwood. Bob Markwood was a guy who I knew. He never did anything to me, but I know that he did go to jail down in Texas, and he got out, and they still found him trying to do kid shows. Like, it's so hard to like babysit and regulate that stuff, and I don't know why some people are so, especially in magic, are allowing and easy to look the other way. When some cases are very obvious, too much evidence, to obviously say no. Other ones where it's just kind of testimony. It's just it's just kind of hard. It's just kind of hard to believe. But even in magic, you'd be surprised. Even in magic, if you dig deep enough, even in the world of magic, because it is connected to entertainment, there are guys who are in positions of power and positions of prominence in magic as illusionists that are famous the world over, that you then will be able to see are connected to deeper, bigger, crazier stuff with people and names that I can't say because, again, Facebook probably listens to this, and if I say these names, I'm sure this stuff will get taken down and all that. But if you look it up, it's a thing. So next week, Corey Feldman documentary, and Dr. Sleep. If you watch Dr. Sleep, I have Dr. Sleep written down right here. If you watch Dr. Sleep, you will, stuff will start to make sense as far as what I'm concerned with these layers and these different levels of stuff that's going on, not just in magic, but in entertainment and globally, worldwide. Amberlin, I had to leave and come back. So, we'll be doing these Wednesdays on Fremont the Griffin in June. Yeah, that is the plan. The plan is to get Black Magic Wednesday back up and going as of May. We'll be going throughout the summer. I'll also be up in Lake Tahoe over the summer with Masters of Illusion again, which is great. I love Lake Tahoe. I went there for the first time and did that contract last summer because not only just because I really I like the company working with them. With the Masters company, but because Lake Tahoe, it was the most beautiful. If you guys have never been to Lake Tahoe, I highly recommend going to visit. It was exactly what I needed, just like a zenful summer camp vacation. If you guys remember, that is also when I took like 5 months off of social media. It was over that time. It wasn't until the end of summer where I started doing that, and it's great. It's beautiful. I love it. So I'm totally excited to be going back up there. Germany is happening. I can't talk about it, but we're planning and plotting and have things lined up for a completely new show and new experience that I'm stoked to be able to be bringing to Germany in 2021. And I can't say too much about that otherwise. But that's that. And yeah, I think that's it for everything. Again, dansperry.com. This page right here. Facebook.com/Dan Sperry Official. I'm at Dan Sperry for Instagram. I don't really go on Twitter that much anymore, but yeah, you can watch me there. And I think that's it. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. We're gonna do this again next week on Wednesday, I think, if that works for you guys. If you're cool with that, we'll just okay. Carol, Lake Tahoe has a lake monster. Okay, what was the name? Andromeda's. Oh, Daniel Ricks. Andromeda's. No, adrenochrome. Adrenochrome. It's. If you dig deep enough, you're gonna find stuff connecting it to. If you guys remember Pizzagate, if you remember what Pizzagate was, that got super covered up. It has to do all to do with that. So thanks guys for tuning in. We're gonna do it same time next week. info@dansperry.com. Send me examples, photos, anything of your experiences with extraterrestrials or the supernatural, unexplained. I remember I had things that I experienced growing up, and I'm open. I'm a possibilist. I believe anything is possible, and that's what I like to share. And it can be anonymous. I could say your name when we talk about it. Doesn't matter to me. I want to respect whatever you have to say when you send me this stuff, and yeah. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next week, I guess.